Have you ever questioned yourself, what would life be without friction? Life would be impossible without friction. Hello kids, I am Sir Alex, and welcome to another fun and exciting science lesson. Today, we will be learning about the wonders of friction. Specifically, to infer how friction affects movements of different objects. We use friction in most of our activities. We are able to walk without slipping and falling, and enjoy writing and answering school tasks because of friction. As what we have learned last time, friction is a force that opposes motion between two surfaces sticking or touching together. But what exactly causes it? The book and the table might look smooth, but looking at their surfaces under a microscope, we will see that both are covered with tiny bumps and hollows. These cause resistance in the movement of the surfaces over each other. The attraction of the particles of two materials when their tiny bumps and hollows rub against each other causes friction. Kids, I have prepared a crossword puzzle. All you need to do is to use the clues to help you fill the boxes with the correct words. You are given 10 seconds to guess the correct word. Are you now ready? Let's start with the words written downward. First, it is the force which opposes the motion of an object. What is this word? If your answer is friction, then you are correct. Next, it is a kind of friction between a solid object that moves through a liquid or a gas. What is this word? If your answer is fluid friction, then your answer is correct. Next word is, what is a kind of friction that occurs between surfaces in motion in which one of the surfaces is a wheel, roller, or ball? What is this word? If your answer is rolling friction, then you are correct. Now, let's answer words written across. First, is anything that can flow such as liquid or gas. What is this word? If your answer is fluid, then you are correct. Next, it is a kind of friction that occurs when solid surfaces slide over one another. What word are we looking for? The correct answer is sliding friction. Next, what word can we use to describe a surface that is even, flat, and not rough? Answer is smooth. Last one. What word can we use to describe a surface that is coarse or uneven, or tough or difficult? The correct answer is rough. Great job for those who get the perfect score. In the crossword puzzle, There are two words that are opposite in meaning. What are these two words? Yes, these two words are smooth and rough. In English, a word that has the opposite meaning of another word, like smooth and rough, is called antonym. Sa Filipino, ang mga salitang hindi pareho o kabaliktaran ang kahulugan ay tinatawag na kasalungat. Ang salitang smooth, kapag isasalin sa wikang Filipino, ito ay makinis. At ang kasalungat ng salitang makinis ay magaspang. Kids, observe what is shown. The man slips on the floor. Why do you think the man slips on the floor? Very good. The reason why the man slips on the floor is because the floor is wet. Have you experienced this? Why do you think that we have a bigger chance to be slipped on a smooth surface? Kids, I have here another clip for you to observe. Why is it difficult for the man to push the cabinet? Great job! The man has a hard time pushing the cabinet because the surface of the floor is rough. At a closer look, the surface of a wet floor has smaller microscopic tiny bumps and hollows, making its interlock lesser compared to the rough surface, which has deeper valleys and large hills. Thus, we can say that smooth surface has less friction, while rough surface has more friction. Kids, we have an activity, and we call this activity as working with friction. Are you now ready? Prepare the following materials: slide or ramp, block of wood, ruler, water, paper towel, and cooking oil. Once you are done preparing all the materials, this is what you're going to do next. First is to set up the slide or ramp as shown below. Second, put the block of wood at the top part of the slide or ramp. Let it slide down the slide or ramp, but do not push the block of wood. Third, measure the distance traveled by the wooden block on the ramp using the ruler. Record it in the following table. Express the measurements in centimeters. Then, pour water on the slide. Repeat steps 2 and 3. And dry the slide using the paper towel. Pour cooking oil on the dried slide. Repeat steps 2 and 3. Kids, think of your answer to each question about the activity. First, how would you describe the movement of the wooden block on the slide without lubricant? Or with water? Or with oil? Second, how did water and oil as lubricants affect the movement of the wooden block? Kids, it's now time to think. Let's answer the following questions. What would happen to a vehicle that is running very fast in a highway if there is less friction between the wheels and the road? Next, how useful is greater friction in your rubber shoes when you play basketball or volleyball in the school gymnasium? What are then the ways and how to overcome the effects of friction in performing daily activities? It's quiz time! Kids, you read each item carefully. Choose the best answer out of the given options. Are you now ready? Number 1. How can you best reduce friction between the bottom or feet of the furniture and the floor? A. By smoothing the floor. B. By keeping furniture on their place. C. By applying lubricants like wax on the floor. D. by putting wheels or rollers on the bottom or feet of furniture. Number 2. A delivery man uses a wooden ramp when he delivers. However, the packages do not slide off easily, making his work take longer. What would be the best way to make the packages slide easily? A. Make his wooden ramp wider. B. Use water on his wooden ramp. C. Use a sandpaper to polish and smoothen his ramp. D. Make his wooden ramp narrower. Number 3. How can the ballet dancers lessen the friction between the floor and them to dance smoothly? A. Put sandpaper on the floor. B. Apply wax on the floor. C. Put sticky powder on their shoes. D. Put lubricant on their shoes. Number 4. How can an athlete increase the friction between his shoes and the ground, preventing him from slipping? A. Attach thumbtacks on the sole of his shoes. B. Use slippers instead of shoes. C. Apply sticky powder. D. Use cleats. Number 5. How do swimmers decrease the friction between them and the water? A. They use flippers. B. They use oxygen tank and hand paddles. C. They use goggles and snorkel. D. They use swim caps and skin-tight suits. Let's try to find out if your answer is correct. In number 1, the correct answer is letter D, by putting wheels or rollers on the bottom or feet of furniture. In number 2, the correct answer is letter C, to use a sandpaper to polish or smoothen his ramp. Number 3, the correct answer is letter B, apply wax on the floor. Number 4, the correct answer is letter D, use cleats. In number 5, the correct answer is letter D, they use swim caps and skin-tight suits. Good job for those who got a perfect score. For your homework, list down 2 reasons of the importance of friction in your daily life.